What's a movie where a sex scene is actually required? Probably the original Terminator, 1984, since John hadn't been conceived yet, and Kyle Reese, who turned out to be his father, was scripted to die at the end. The absence of a sex scene would have been a plot hole. Thunder Gun Express, starring Dolph Lundgren. It follows. If you haven't seen it, the plot of the movie is that there's a monster that slowly follows a person until it catches and kills them. However, if they have sex with someone, the monster starts pursuing their partner instead. The movie's entire inciting incident, as you can probably imagine, is the heroine having sex and being targeted. Doesn't really work without the sex scene. Boogie Nights: The Rise of Skywalker. Who the fuck did Palpatine bang? We needed a flashback sex scene that includes full penetration and the exact moment Rey was conceived, with CGI to make Ian McDiarmid look younger. The room required every second of it. Friends with benefits, and no strings attached. Basically the same movie with different actors, but it's basically a rom-com about two friends who have sex with each other regularly with no commitment. Be pretty hard to film a movie about casual sex with no sex scenes in it. Team America: I guess you have to have at least one sex scene in a film called Nymphomaniac. Also in Dallas Buyers Club Deliverance, the rape scene is critical to the plot. Zack and Miri make a porno. Also pretty integral to. Knocked up. Blue is the warmest color is to me an example of a movie that needed sex scenes, but also didn't need that much of any of them. The movie is very much about a sexual relationship, and the sex scenes do a lot to illustrate things about the characters and their relationship, but they don't need to be several minutes long. Just felt gratuitous and exploitative at the end of the day. 40-year-old Virgin Juno. Unless they wanted to go the Immaculate Conception route. Crash, the Cronenberg one from 1996. I'd say sex is a fairly important plot point in that one. American History X. It spurs the turning point of the movie. Deadpool. The sex scene wasn't the culmination of a romantic relationship, but the start and the growth of the relationship through sex play. The characters were still their energetic, fun-loving selves, and still messing with one another in the sex scene that was also a time skip, getting us from the meet-cute to the believable loving relationship that makes the cancer diagnosis scene actually impactful, and drives the plot. It is a sex scene, because Deadpool as a series always hits extremes, and breaks taboos. It provides character development when most sex scenes don't bother displaying any character, and it still moves the plot forward, and takes the audience where they need to go for the heroic origin story. Necessary. Moulin Rouge. It's a love story set in a brothel, so I guess sex is kinda inevitable. Toy Story 3. It was central to one of the plot lines of Fast Times at Ridgemont High, where he gets the girl pregnant then bails on her. Edge of Tomorrow. Imagine you can loop forever to have sex. Old Boy. Backdoor Sluts 9. Brokeback Mountain. It needed to treat a gay romance the same way Hollywood treats a heterosexual one. Xerophilia. Saw this movie years ago. A teen learns of a strange condition, where he switches sexes whenever he masturbates. He gets tricked into having sex with someone else with the same condition, but this causes his transformation to be unable to trigger without actual sex with another xerophiliac. The woman who tricked him thought she would be happier as a straight woman, but decided that she wanted to get back to being a gay man, which makes it difficult for the main character to get back to himself. Eventually, the character learns that this guy, who works at a garage, and his sister, are actually one person with the same condition. They get together, and then it ends. It seems like a really cool way to live though. You get to switch back and forth as needed as long as you either stay a virgin, or find someone else, who has the same condition. Macho Dancer, a Filipino movie about boys and girls in the sex industry. It's not always meant to be erotic. though. Much of the movie focuses on sexual exploitation. A history of violence. The two sex scenes frame the plot exquisitely. 50 Shades. Top Gun. The fact that we never got to see Iceman and Slider make sweet, sweet love is a travesty. Asterisk knocked up asterisk would have been much shorter without one. I'd say any porn movie should have a sex scene somewhere. Mulholland Drive. It's a crucial moment for both character study and foreshadowing. Irreversible splice, since I'm having nightmares of it. I find most sex scenes in movies to be gratuitous and unnecessary, but asterisk stir of echoes asterisk is a good example of a movie where the sex scene actually added to it. It's in my top 100 movie list. No spoilers. Species Titanic teeth nothing to lose. The whole chain of events is started because he walks in on his wife having sex with another man. Any porno 9-1/2 weeks. Fatal Attraction. Basic Instinct. Knocked Up. The Name of the Rose. It's a big part of Edso's story and drives his part of the plot. The Room. Take your pick at which one since there's 3 within the first 15 minutes of the movie. Shaving Ryan's Private. I Spit on Your Grave. Harry Potter. I just want to know Snape didn't shoot his shot. Every porno ever. Rosemary's Baby. Nymphomaniac. Most porn. Like 97.2% of it by my research. Orgasmo. How else is Elder Young gonna pay for his temple marriage? Scream 1. Requiem for a Dream. As that scene still haunts me. Eyes Wide Shut. Zack and Miri make a porno. Perfect Blue. Pretty much the entire plot hinges on its rape scene. The accused kids. Teeth. https://n.m.wikipedia.org/wiki/teeth. 2007 film. Team America. It's not totally essential to the plot, but damn of it's not essential to the movie itself. Any movie with Kate Beckinsale on it should have a sex scene. Lemon Stealing Whores. Toy Story 3. Look Who's Talking. The movie sex tape. I mean, think about without sex there would be no plot. B-movie. Friday the 13th. It shows how Kells the camp counselors are frozen underworld. Revenge of the Lycans with Lucian in his Lycan form. I'm not supposed to say the name of the movie, but I'll give you a hint. His name is Robert Paulson, otherwise Marla being H-tier wouldn't have made sense. Busty Asian Beauties Roman 7. Backdoor Sluts 9. Big Ass Butt Bangers 4. 9 Songs. Atonement. The audience needs to see what is actually happening compared to what the innocent child believes she is seeing. Behind the Green Door. 1972. Star Wars Episode 1. The Phantom Anus. Teeth. Star Trek Nemesis. Quills. Irreversible Teeth. Pirates Choke. It is about a sex addict who fakes choking in restaurants to get sympathy and handouts from strangers. 50 Shades Oldboy. Her. The entire plot of the movie is about a man that falls in love with an operating system and pursues a complete relationship with her, since it was a female voice that also reciprocated feelings. The sex scene was vocally demonstrated so you don't see anything, but all you really hear are two people moaning. And they challenge that intimacy couple times throughout the film. The B-movie, not a movie, but I think it was needed for Bridgerton to show he was trying to have children. At first I was like, why so many sex scenes? Then I was like, oh. A species, there should have been one in the movie Junior with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Ass Blasters 1-26. Most of porn movies. A Serbian film, legit the name of the movie. 40-year-old virgin. I mean that is literally the plot of the movie. A porno. The accused. Any porn movie I guess. A porno. Yoda and Luke in Star Wars 2014. It follows, basically, to avoid the monster, you must sleep with someone, which is inherently strange, but it makes sense that the movie has those scenes. Brokeback Mountain Dumbo. Because it blatantly misled young me into thinking babies came about by storks delivering them in blankets. Even though it didn't really have a sex scene, I'm going to go with a technicality. Scream. It played into the narrative that the innocent virgin would survive, then she had sex, and suddenly within the rules of a horror movie, was no longer safe.